This is the tutorial for Concept 14 Skill 6, and we're taking a look at triangles today. So if we take a triangle and draw it and cut it out, and then tear off each of the different angles we have here. So if we tear off angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3, and then realign these angles so that they all match up, what you'll end up seeing is they make a perfect 180-degree angle, which is a straight angle. And this illustration illustrates that perfectly here. And so what we can say is that the sum of the angles of any type of triangle, no matter what type of triangle you end up drawing, is always going to be 180 degrees. And there's a theorem that goes along with that, and it's called the triangle sum theorem. And so all that states is that no matter what the type of triangle is, all the interior angles add up to equal 180 degrees. And we're going to use that theorem to find out some different missing angles. So here we have angle C that is unknown, but we already know angle A and B. So what we can do is we can take those two angles, angle A, and we can add angle B together, and then we can take that answer and subtract that from 180 degrees. And so that's what we're going to end up doing here. So let's go ahead and rewrite our formula. And let's go ahead and take the angles that we have, 46 degrees plus the 85 degrees, and we'll sum those two together. And so when we add 85 and 46, we end up with 131 degrees. And so when we take that answer, that sum, away from 180 degrees, we end up with 49 degrees. So that is the measure of angle C. So the way they show that is they use this terminology with a little m right here, the angle symbol. That little m stands for the measure of angle C is equal to 49 degrees. So let's take a look at another example. Now we're trying to find the measure of angle R. R is up here. Now this symbol right here tells me that I have a right angle. And so a right angle is always equal to 90 degrees. So we're going to use that right angle there of 90 degrees. We're going to add it to the angle that we already have, angle P of 52 degrees. And we're going to take that sum and we're going to take that away from 180 degrees because that's the sum of all the angles in a triangle. So when I go ahead and add these two numbers together, I get 142, and I'm going to subtract that answer from 180, and that leaves me with 38 degrees. So the measure of angle R is 38 degrees. Taking a look at a couple other examples here. So here we have angle S, so we can take these two angles. And so I'll take angle R, and I'm going to take angle T, and I'm going to sum them together, and then I'm going to subtract that from 180 degrees. So 180 minus the sum of 45 and 110. Where did I get those numbers? Well, I just look up here. Angle R is 45, angle T is 110, and so I need to sum those two angles together, and that gives me 155 degrees. So I subtract the 155 from the 180 degrees, all the angles in a triangle, and that gives me 25 degrees equals the measure of angle S. And one more problem. Again, I've got that 90 degree symbol here. So I'm going to say that I've got 90 degrees and I've got a 60 degree angle. I'm going to sum those two together. And where did I get that 90? That symbol there. The 60 again obviously is from angle M. And I'm going to subtract that sum from 180 degrees. So when I do that work, I end up with 150 degrees. I sum those two angles, and I subtract those two. That gives me 30 degrees for the measure of angle T. So those are the types of problems that you're going to see on this skill. Good luck.